We are in LeBauer Park today having a community conversation with our brand new Chief Creative Economy Officer for the City of Greensboro's newly created Arts and Culture Office, Ryan Deal. Hi.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah,
Welcome
hi.
to Greensboro.
Thanks. It's exciting to be here. Really
we are
great.
so glad to have you. Now you have some history with Greensboro. It's not your first time
No?
here.
Yeah. So I attended UNC Greensboro in the early 2000s and studied music there, and actually then took some time away from school and came back to finish the degree just a couple years ago. So have spent a pretty fair amount of time in the city. Yeah.
And a North Carolina native as well.
Absolutely. Grew up in Statesville, just about an hour and a half to the west.
Yeah. And so since then have been working in Charlotte in children's theater.
Yeah. Right now I'm at the Children's Theater, or just prior to joining the team here at the city, I've been at the Children's Theater of Charlotte as a fundraiser, and prior to that spent almost a decade at the Arts and Science Council in Charlotte, which is the local arts agency in Charlotte.
So you were kind of already in touch with Greensboro. You knew some of the things going on. You had heard about the creation of this arts master plan, and you kind of paid attention. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I don't remember exactly how, but the work of Creative Greensboro and the master plan got on my radar, and so I was sort of keeping tabs on that from afar, and followed closely as it was approved, and saw a recommendation for the creation of an office. And started paying really close attention at that point. Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of people hear about this job and they're like, what is it? What is this person doing? I don't understand. It sounds really cool.
Yeah, so what I hope is that we'll have an opportunity to really play, to keep a bird's eye view over arts and culture for the city of Greensboro, and making sure that residents are able to experience and engage with arts and culture programs that reflect their interests and their values and what excites them. And along the way, we're going to build an increased identity for the city of Greensboro as a really important center for arts and culture, so that folks know that that's a part of what life in Greensboro is about, as they might be considering visiting or moving to Greensboro, or as a company is thinking about relocating their business to the city. We want that to be a calling card for what makes Greensboro an exciting and compelling place.
What are kind of some touch points you think already that exist here in Greensboro that you can kind of hold a candle and say, look at what we have going on?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Triad Stage is a really exciting organization, as is the Eastern Music Festival. Just behind us here, the Tanger Center is being erected and is certainly going to be a really dynamic and magnetic place for arts and culture. I'm equally as excited, though, about the stories that are a little bit more under the hood, that maybe haven't been lifted to the surface as well up to this point, because I think that those are probably the stories that are the most uniquely Greensboro.
Right.
And so my hope is that in this work that we can certainly celebrate and lift up the things that are big and flashy and exciting, and also make sure that we're unearthing those undertold stories and giving them a chance to flourish as well.
Because there's so many wonderful things happening. I mean, we're kind of in the center of what has long been kind of considered the cultural district of downtown Greensboro, and it just is expanding and growing and kind of seeping out into all parts of Greensboro.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the recommendations in Creative Greensboro is around formally designating this space as a cultural district, and thinking about what does that mean, not just for the amazing assets that are the cultural assets that are surrounding us, but also for the business community in this area, and how they become formal and ongoing partners in that work as well. When we're doing this really well, the arts feed business and business feed the arts, and there's just great synergy that makes it all stronger and better.
Where did this passion for you start? Was it as a child? Was it in college? Was it later?
So I have a creative practice. I'm a musician and a theater artist, and so my love of the arts began at a really young age.
What do you play?
So I play piano, but my primary instrument when I was at UNC Greensboro was voice.
Okay.
So singing, and then that comes out in my work on stage as an actor as well.
Might we see you on stage sometime in Greensboro?
Who knows? Yeah, I think there's plenty on my plate as I join the team and acclimate to a new home. But yeah, who knows?
All right, well, we look forward to seeing lots of great things for you, meeting you and seeing all the fun things that you're going to help make happen, and the synergy happen between the arts and business and community here in Greensboro. His name is Ryan Deal. Look out for him. He is the city's new Chief Creative Economy Officer.
Thanks.